Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Banished. So, where we left off last time, I was actually going to AFK a little bit just to let some of our buildings complete. We do have a couple of new country houses that are in the process of building, but I didn't spend too much time AFKing to get this pasture cleaned out like I wanted to, because we have no laborers, so it's just taking forever. But I do have an idea of how I want to increase our labor production while still benefiting us. And that is right here. So one idea I had was we have 9 students right now. And eventually, once we get a little bit bigger, now we have 11 students. Once we get a little bit bigger, we're going to need either 2 schoolhouses or we're going to need to upgrade this one. Right now our population is 44% educated, which is pretty good. But what I think I'm going to do is upgrade the country house for 70 lumber, 28 stone, and 22 metal or iron. It'll kick all the students out into adulthood. We'll have 11 extra laborers to work with, and we can upgrade our country house now instead of waiting till later when we really do need that educated labor. So I think that's going to be our best option. And there it goes. So now we have 12 extra laborers that we can work with, which is really going to help out in getting our production values up quite a bit. So, alright, so what do we have here? We have 1 adventurer yet. We have our farmers. We need 1, 2, 3. We need 7 to fill out all of our fields. Come on, cycle through. There you go. So they all evened out so that each field has a farmer now. Between cuts, I did actually notice that both of our blacksmiths died, so I had to quickly go and replace them, but it didn't hit our tool supply all that bad. And hopefully with the extra 10 laborers we have, we can get this stinking field cleaned out, or this pasture cleaned out, and we can move our cows. They are sitting here and they are not producing nearly what they should be. So it's quite a bit. I mean, it's 1,200 food from this little teeny tiny pasture, but it's just not working out as much as I want. Alright, those are capped at 1, that's capped at 2, and we have 4. Oh no, this one got diseased. So, yeah, luckily we have a lot of food left over, but this field got diseased, so there's only 46 of 56. And hopefully that goes... it's still going down. Shoot. There's nothing I can do about it, too. Until this stinking pasture gets cleared out. Oy. It is rough sometimes. Alright. What else do we have? So we have 9 laborers. I think I'm just going to let those 9 laborers go. We have quite a few buildings that need to be built. We have room for 21 total buildings, which should be about 7 buildings that need to be built. So, it is quite a bit. And we have people that are constantly dying. Somebody got crushed by a rock. Sorry, bro. But, I need my stone. And this one's almost out. And this one's almost out. Awesome. Oh boy. Looks like all of our resource crises are coming all at once. Well, let's work on getting our mines upgraded then while we're at it. What we need now is food. Here it is. So we need an apiary. And we need nope, it's in here. We need a candlery. So let's pick a spot where we can put this. I don't really need it by a lot of my other structures, so let's start building up here a couple of resources. So the apiary and the candlery, they don't really need any outside resources except for what each of those produce. So we'll go into food and we'll put in our apiary. And then we will put in our candlery. See if I can squeeze these in here. No? put it right there. Why not? Let's remove resources so we can see the buildings a little bit better. And keep priority on this because I want this stinking thing cleared out like 2 episodes ago. Alright, so those are getting built up. I think these are all done. I didn't build anything up there, and I don't have any other buildings down here, so those are good. We have one person who is currently jobless. I believe that's our teacher. We have that cleared out. And you know what? We need a schoolhouse more than we need a pasture, so pastures are going to take the back seat again. But we have to make our people smarter. Alright, so we have plenty of fuel, plenty of lumber, plenty of tools, plenty of clothing. And we still have our clothier and our weaver taken down for the moment. Alright, what do we got here? 1 and 1. Need 199. Trade. So we're getting there. I already have olives. Don't really need anything else. Herbs would be nice, but they're not really a priority right now. Alright. So let's see what we have. We have 3 hull components. We have 6 lamp oil. And we need 10 hull components and 10 building supplies. Yeesh. Tidal pool, nothing good. Fishery, nothing good. Got those. Alright. Man, we just cannot keep our citizens alive. Oh boy. That was mostly my fault. I was focusing on some commentary and getting some buildings in place, and I didn't notice that our reproduction rates were going down. So we have a lot of old people that aren't reproducing at all, so we're going to have to suffer through it just a little bit here. Hopefully we get some more nomads coming through that they can repopulate us just a little bit here. But now we're doing pretty good. So once, we have a lot of people in the 60s and 70s. But we have some younger generations coming through that should be ready for reproducing pretty soon. All these are older buildings. So those, they're good. Some older ones, just some older ones. So got a lot of people that are going to be dying pretty soon, which is not a great thing. Alright. Don't have anybody at our trading post. Farm supplier has ducks again. Don't need ducks. No matter how many times you bring me your ducks, I don't need any. Alright, so this thing's almost done. I think our schoolhouse was almost there. So we got our 1 builder working on that, and then 6 laborers clearing out this field here. And our teacher, who's currently jobless. Alright, so it's 50% full, and that's 50% full. So it looks like they're distributing goods pretty well. Oh yeah, I forgot to look at building supplies. We have 2 building supplies. And we need 10. So building supplies are here. So building supplier. It requires 10 of those joists. So that's why I was saying that it just requires a ridiculous amount of resources before we can actually start getting those building supplies. 10 joists is a lot. I think one upgraded blacksmith, the large smithy, can only produce like 1 or 2 joists per year. So when we start working on that, oh, so many things. And then we need a second mine as well. The second mine is going to allow us to get coal, and we need coal. So, right there, put them back to back. Can we fit a third mine in? I don't think that's gonna happen. Nope. Alright, so we'll just go with our 2 mines. And then I'll need to put in a stockpile. Put it in right... Actually, there's a stockpile there, but I think I want to put in a more permanent one. Right there. So this stockpile will pretty much just be used for this mine. And this stockpile we could probably get rid of. Why don't we do that? Alright, how are we doing up here? We are fully cleared, we just need our logs to come in. We have 151 logs here, and we need 116, so we should be able to, if one ambitious laborer comes along, you should be able to fill in that field pretty quickly. Alright. We are looking quite a bit more comfortable. I'm definitely glad I used up those students and made them into laborers. I think we would have struggled a little bit had we not done that. Alright, so our hardwood forester, we get one person in there. See if I can coax them on through. Oops, there we go. That should do it. Alright, so we have one hardwood forester, and I think we did actually produce like one hardwood or something like that before we had our foresters die. Let's take a look. Hardwood. Yep, we have one hardwood. One lonely little hardwood. Alright, bison. We don't really need bison. We get leather, beef, and milk from our Frisian cows. This would just give us leather and beef. Get rid of you. And trade post. Silk cocoons. We'll take all 5 of those, actually. How many do we need? 40? Alright. Trade. Silk cocoons are pretty valuable because then we can start getting into silk, and then we can use silk to make more types of clothing. So you can do full livery at that point. And I think it's also used for some bedding materials. So when we eventually get into where is it? Furniture. Yep. So the jointer, they make furniture. You can make beds with different sorts of linens and things like that. And I believe you also use silk for that. Alright. So we don't have a roper. How much hemp do we have laying around? 1,300 hemp. Okay, that is quite a bit. Man, we just don't have any laborers. Come on, people. Start having some babies. Alright. Another one coming to our farm supplier. White mulberry. Is it white mulberry? I think the white mulberry is what you need to feed your silkworms. So since we have half of our silk cocoons already, we might as well start getting the white mulberry here. The additional 23. Yeah, well, that'll be fine. White mulberry, don't need anything else. Overpaying by 2. Alright. So we're starting to get a pretty good supply of seeds going on. So blueberry, sugarcane, white mulberry, figs, olives, cotton and hemp, and wheat. So we have wheat where we can make that into flour. If we want to go into the bakery, we have cotton for our clothing, we have hemp for rope, we have olives for oil, we have figs and blueberries for alcohol, sugarcane for alcohol and a bundling shed, and we have white mulberry when we get into silk. So we have a lot of the utility crops, which is great. Previously, before this farm supplier was a thing, it was so painful to get that all those kinds of materials. So wedding pemmican, I believe pemmican's like a trail mix type of thing, and so we don't really need any of that. I think this should be all food, right? Yep, all food. So we don't need any food products. We have plenty. Alright, this thing's almost done. And we ran out of laborers again. Oh my god. How many times are we going to lose all of our laborers? I would kill right now for a nomad tribe to come through. Alright, well, I could probably decrease that by 1. Where are you? Oh, you died. Awesome. There's too many people dying. Then we have to stock our apiary and our candlery. We have no people to do it. Oh well. We will survive. We're down about 109 clothing. I think we should still have quite a bit of glass left over. 233 glass is fine. Don't need glass quite yet. We have our stack burner working. We're looking good on all of our resources. We have our large smithy is down, but we do have this second blacksmith until that's up and running. Oh, bricks. Do I have any bricks? I don't have any bricks. That is a problem. I'm going to stop work on these 2 hemp fields because we have plenty of hemp. And I'm actually going to decrease that because we don't actually need any more resources. We have plenty of resources stocked up here. Soybean, nope. Alright, so we have 8 students coming in and 14 children, so we'll be able to resupply our laborers pretty quickly here, but just gotta wait for them to get through school. Can't double dip and make them laborers quite yet. I really do want them to be educated. Alright, so we have this almost all the way built. Then we can move our Frisian cows. And then we can be happy. What are we doing here? Nope, nothing yet. I'm going to decrease this by 1. And then I'm going to put 2 here. Oh, I can't. I'm going to make you not work. Put you at Frisian cows. And then empty. So I should have 1 here, 1 here, and 2 here. Another miner died. Student. Got plenty of students. And we have plenty of food, so we should be okay. It looks like these are back on the rise. We were at about 45 the last time I looked. Now we just ticked up 1. So those should be up at 56 and producing meat again pretty soon. Then we have our good old-fashioned chickens here. They're just plugging away. So all of our fields are good. These I'm going to stop production on once they actually get all of their hemp out of there. So then we should have at least a couple more laborers to play with. And a nomad tribe can come through anytime now. What we've got here. Alright, yep, so we're starting to get hardwood. Hardwood is really slow to come in, so it's not going to be like, you know, hundreds like the Forester Lodge can do. It's going to be a dozen at a time. Got some more supplies here. Nothing. And nothing. So you only do seeds. There we go. And who are you? You are a blacksmith. I guess I can drop the blacksmith down 1. So we have just 1 extra person. Place. So our adventure is still going, which is good. Took an arrow to the knee. Oh no, just died of old age. Alright. We're good there. Good. Looks like we only have that left, so we can unpause that. And then we still have no laborers. Hey, guy in a boat, want to join our town? I could really need it. Right. Sheep. Gone. Placed. Merchant. Alright. Now we just play the waiting game. Looks like our mine is coming along nicely. We have our apiary. We just need our candlery. We have resources yet. And I think you can Use wax and bone meal? Can you use bone meal to make candles? I can't actually recall what bone meal is for. It might be at the candlery. Interesting. Bone meal. Maybe it is just the trade item. I'll have to look that up. Alright. Nothing good. Alright, so our pasture's back up and running. Almost. We need one more. You need to build. Do. Come on, you're taking a break, you need to put one more nail in. Alright, so... tallow. That's the other one. So... tallow is one of the byproducts of the butcher. That's why I use those. Bone meal. I honestly cannot remember what bone meal is for. Right, trading post. Maple seeds. Ew, maple seeds are nice. We make sugar out of them. Well, we already have sugar cane, so we'll pass on that one. Horses. Don't need horses. They just produce leather and chevaux. Really? Diseased again? You're killing me, Smalls. I don't have an open field. We'll unpause that. They can work on that one while they're at it. Okay. What was I doing? Beeswax, candles, tallow. None of which is feasible at the moment. I don't think there's a chicken butcher, is there? Nope. So that would be handy. I guess you can't really get too many cuts of meat from a chicken. Alright, trading post. See what we got. Frisian cows. And he's just going to be a rancher. Don't need Frisian cows. Alright, so at the moment, a couple of things that we could probably use is a butcher. I need to put some barns up here. So we need our meat locker. That'll store meat products. So I suppose we could start building this out. So if we do 3 meat lockers, and then we do butchers for cow, and we do butcher for these llamas. Yeah, we do a butcher for llamas. And then that should do it. So then if we ever get a bunch of laborers coming through, we can start making some tallow, so get a little bit easier time getting candles. We have enough laborers here, so let's start out our apiary. We can start getting some beeswax up, and then from there we can make a couple of candles. We need 120 candles. That's the dilemma. And that one's going to run out pretty soon, but we do have our second mine here. So let's turn this one into coal. We'll keep this one at iron. We'll turn this one down a little bit. So that this one gets 4 and this one gets 1. And we still need bricks. Alright, so I do have a second person I can put on here. So I have one that's making charcoal, and then our brickworks, which we made way in the beginning, we're going to start making bricks. So we have some furnace fuel left over, 277, and our glassworks is currently down. So we should be able to use up all of our furnace fuel to start making bricks. And another stonecutter was crushed by a rock. Fantastic. And we've got another trader coming in. Oh, we already have a farm supplier. Nothing good. Lamp oil. I'll take all of your lamp oil. We need 258. Start getting rid of some of our wool. We don't really need wool for anything because we have our awesome clothier. Alright, so we have plenty of cotton. Probably stop production on all of these. And just allow those to go. Farmer suppliers got another one. Nothing good. And how many bricks we have? 3 bricks so far. We need 32. So we've got a ways to go yet. And what do we want for our next buildings? So we still have a couple of things here that we need them to work on. I will give them a stockpile over here. Oops. Increase priority on that. Just so they get the stockpile in place so they can start collecting resources. Okay, so it looks like they did bring the glass up there, which is good. Start building that. I do have a builder left over. 5 laborers. Alright, what can we do with these 5 laborers? Alright, so they're producing charky again. They're up to 20. They're still at full. We'll do our candlery with beeswax. We have any beeswax yet? Produce anything? Not. Only honey. And I think I want to put a barn in here. We'll do a storage barn. Nothing we can put on that little mound there, but just put a barn there. So the meat should go into the meat lockers, and then anything else that happens to be produced in this area or brought to this area can go into the barn. Farm supplier, sheep. Nope. Alright. Clothes are good. Tools are good. Still need a lot of bricks. Let's, how's our clay doing? Clay is at 0, so we need to dig some clay. And we'll stop work on that one. Clay and clay. Furnace fuel, still pretty good. We should have enough furnace fuel to make all the bricks that we need for this. So we have 9 plus 8, so 2/3 of the way there. What else can we work on? So these are in progress. This one's almost done, except it needs a buttload of iron. A lot of stone and iron coming in, which is good. Increase priority on that again. I want you to build. You need to remove 1 resource. Come on, guys. You can do that. You. How about you? You go over there. Okay. Hey, they never listen. Alright, so we have nobody that's freezing to death. Everybody's got clothes, tools, food, medicine. No luxuries. Health is going down for some reason. We do have a hospital and medicine, so I'm not sure why health would be going down. And happiness is still pretty good. So, I think we want to start repurposing this area. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Should we do it up here? Let's do it up here. So I'm going to put in a couple of fields. We're going to do the same 4x30 layout that we did here. So 30 by was 4, right? Yeah. Alright, so 4 by 30, 4 by 30, 4 by 30. And then we can use those fields to start producing other things. I also need to do some orchards. So we can start up some orchards in this area as well. We'll start those a little bit lower. Now orchards, we're going to do 29 by 5. And there's a reason for that. So the way that an orchard works is it plants a tree every other. So we have, instead of the standard orchard, we can use the dense orchards, which plant in a 2x2. So they'll plant on plot 1, plot 3, plot 5. So you need to make sure that all of your fields have an odd number at the end. So if you do 5 by 30, you're actually wasting that last slot because they're going to plant on 29, and then they wouldn't plant again until 31. So that 30 slot is just not used for anything. It's just blank space. And the same with the other direction. So I put 5 in there so that they would plant at 1, 3, and 5. So we're maximizing the amount of crops we can have in our 2 orchards here. Let's see how we're doing. So this field's actually getting cleared pretty quickly. We have 2 laborers, 14 students. Why are there candles in my stockpile? I don't really know why. I think candles are supposed to go in a barn, but I'm not going to judge. Alright, so we are producing some beeswax though. We have 54 beeswax and produced 3 candles so far. But we need 120, so that isn't all that great. Alright, how are we doing here? 26 of 32, and we have 6 left over, so we have exactly enough bricks to be able to finish up the smithy once they actually deliver those goods. So, looks like we're getting pretty far on our way. So once this large smithy builds, we can start producing joists and steel tools. I'll probably just leave it for joists, and then we can produce iron tools from this one. But then we can start getting into some of the larger buildings, and into some of the larger homes. I believe the large residence, or I think like the 2nd or 3rd upgrade for the large residence needs joists. So that's pretty expensive. Like I said, they only one large smithy only produces about 1 or 2 of those a year. So that'll take a while. We'll need to just let that sit and percolate for a while until we get enough, or if we can get a trade supplier to come through with some joists for us. So that'll be it for this episode. Hope to see you next time, and thanks for coming.